Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we're going to do three questions. I'm using the birch runes today. They're a very nice, gentle set. I've loved these runes for quite some time. They're actually sort of my go-to. I'm going to draw three runes. Each rune is going to represent a question, problem, or concern that you may have. I'm going to put the timestamps for each in the comments. I mean, in the details. No comments for me yet. So let's have a look at what questions need to be answered. Ooh, okay. That's a funny little Yira. It's a bit reversed. That actually doesn't matter. We know what it is. And that's one of my favorite Sovilos in any of my rune sets because it's actually not got any horizontal lines in it. So it matters. No, because a lot of these were carved on wood and wood grain, and so you didn't want to have horizontal lines on it because it would get lost in the wood grain. But that's just a bit of speculative history, actually. I don't actually know if that's true. So your three questions. So your first question is represented by Uruz reversed. Uruz is the wild ox, and it's the aurochs. You used to see, these are the ones you see in the cave paintings. It has to do with strength and health, and it is reversed. So this might be a question about worries about health. You might feel that you're not as strong as you'd like to be. If that's the question that you have, please click on timestamp number 1 and get your answer. Your second question is represented here by Yira. Yira is the rune of the year. It's the rune of the harvest. It has to do with time, but also bringing things forth. If your question is about wondering about something that has to do with time, how much time has passed, how much time is left, or if it's something that has to do with harvest, bringing things forth, this might be the question that you need the answer to. So click on timestamp number 2 and go to your answer. Your third question here is represented by Sovilo. Sovilo is the sun rune. This has to do with source energy, basically the energy that nourishes you, that gives you life. If your question is about your source energy, what nourishes you, what gives you life, something to do with that, whether it's a worry about that or whether it's just questions about how do I access it, you want to go to timestamp number 3 and get your answer. And I will see you at the answer you choose. Hello, welcome to question number 1, which was represented by Uruz reversed. This is a question about health. It's a question about strength. It's reversed, so you're a bit worried about health or strength at this point. Maybe something has happened recently that has made you feel less strong or less healthy than you would like. What I'm doing now is I'm drawing a few runes to just basically clarify your current state. What led you to this point, what is helping, what isn't helping, and what is your next step. Okay, so it looks like something happened recently that was kind of a surprise and inarguable. This is Dagaz, it's the rune of the dawn, breakthrough of the day, some inarguable truth that happened, and it sort of has knocked you off your feet. You're not feeling as strong as you'd like, you're not feeling as healthy as you like. Maybe something happened and you got sick. Maybe this is something that you're dealing with. Some of you might have had that happen. Otherwise, some truth may have arisen that has made you feel less grounded than you would like to be. So what helps at this point is we have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. It's the need fire sticks. It's the 2 sticks you rub together to make fire, and it is actually what's going to help you. If you feel that you've been compromised strength or health-wise, the first thing that the runes are suggesting that you do is tend your needs. You will know what you need at this point, so drop everything, tend your needs, get yourself feeling better, and you should be starting to feel better at that point. I'm actually going to throw down a couple more runes at this point. That's really important. To see where you're at with this, to really clarify this line, because it's your big line. One of the important things that you need to do when you're tending your needs is to basically seclude yourself, Maybe you have to, maybe it's a quarantine thing, but in a lot of ways, this is humanity. It's manas. It's the rune of humanity, and it's reversed on what is very, very helping, on the very, very what is helping line. And what it's saying is not only to give yourself some solitude, but also if people are basically the din of humanity around you, going, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, or trying to just tell you what you need to do, which is overpowering what you know you need, just sort of say thank you, close the door, and basically tend your needs that you know are your needs. And that will help you the most. What doesn't help you is we have Tivaz. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. He has to do with, of course, picking up and going, but also with duties and responsibilities. And I think at this point, this is something that can basically take a rest. You're going to feel very driven to do things. Oh, well, people need me. My job needs me. My people need me. I need to be doing this, 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 and this. I have so much to do. I'm too busy to stop and tend my needs. No, you're not. You need to do that because right now your strength is low, your health is low. You got to take care of this. The reason that this is going to be a temptation for you is that this allows you to direct your focus. If you're focusing on responsibilities and other people, you won't be able to focus on this, and for some reason you might think that if I focus on not this, this will go away. This is not going to go away, or it wouldn't be your central issue. So try not to let this drag you down or take you away from what you really need, which is to tend your needs and to sort of seclude yourself, give yourself the good solitude, take the time you need to get yourself healthy again. Your next step here is you're actually going to feel a lot more stronger for yourself. This is Algiz, it's the rune of support and protection. It's reversed, but on the path line. So it's really talking about self-supporting. You're going to feel a lot stronger in terms of being able to take care of yourself. You also might feel as though you're not as supported by others than you would like to be, but mostly what this is about is you're going to feel a lot stronger in terms of being able to take care of yourself. What helps is, and this leads from tending your needs, is that there was something that sort of came to your attention. This is Pertho, it's the lot box, it's surprises. Something that has always been there came to your attention while you were tending your needs, and this has given you a realization that you are strong in yourself, you can take care of yourself, and you don't really need the support that you thought you needed from other people, which is great. What doesn't help is, this is Yira, it's the rune of harvest and time. You're sort of worried about how long this is taking. It's like, can we please speed this up? Can we please speed the healing up, please? And this actually ties into your duties, your responsibilities, and wanting to focus on that instead. Thinking about yourself is you sometimes will feel selfish about that. You're like, I shouldn't be thinking about myself all the time. I need to think about everybody else. I have to do my duty. Try not to worry about this. At this point, you need to focus on yourself and take care of yourself. And this actually helps you quite a lot. You're learning about yourself, and that's only going to make you stronger when you go back to helping other people. So if that starts to drag you down, feeling like this is taking too much time and I'm not getting anything out of it, yes, you are. You're learning things about yourself, you're feeling stronger and more confident, and this is a good thing. Ah, beautiful. So the best part is you will be feeling better fairly soon. You do have to take the time, but this rune is Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of the sun. It has to do with source energy. You will, through all of this, tap in to your source energy, and you will feel that you have the energy again to move forward. So that is your answer. I hope you feel better soon. And take care. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, welcome to question number 2. This is the question represented by Yira. It has to do with the year, the harvest, and time. So your question is probably something to do with using the time you have to get out of it what you want. So, or what you put into it to begin with a while ago. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be drawing a few more runes. Ooh, you've been working very hard. Find out what led up to this, what is helping, what isn't helping, and what your next step is. Ooh, blank rune. The last runes I read with don't have a blank rune. These ones have a blank rune, which is cool. Okay. Leading up to this point where you are concerned with your harvest, it's rightly that you are concerned with your harvest because you have worked really hard on this. This is Tivaz, it's Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god, but he also has to do with duty and responsibility. You have been working very, very hard up until this point, and now you're going, okay, I put all the work into this. Where's my vegetables? So that's basically leading us to the question. Your question is not only about when is this going to come, like about what's going to come up, but also when is it going to come up. Time is definitely an issue. What's going to help you at this point, and this is kind of cute because this is Sovilo, it's the rune of the sun. The sun is shining down on your garden. And so hopefully that, well, definitely that, will help to bring the vegetables up. Your harvest will come up even faster than you worried that it wouldn't if the sun is shining on it, which is great. What isn't going to help is worrying about all kinds of unknown worries that you don't even know what might happen. I'm actually going to throw down a couple more runes just to clarify this line because it is your big question. Oh, lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. I will tell you why. So this is... okay. One of the things about the source energy, if you want to find where your source energy is, look to what gives you joy. This is Vunyo, it is the rune of joy. It is feeding into your source energy. So look to what gives you joy. That will give source energy to what you've worked on and bring it up faster. Definitely very positive. What doesn't help is you're having lots and lots of worries. And you don't even, you're worried that you haven't even thought of everything. Like you're worried that you haven't even thought of all the things that could worry you. And what's down here is Uruz. Uruz is the wild ox. Has to do with strength and protection. In the lower lines, often it also takes on the quality of being about stubbornness. But you sort of can get yourself into a rut with it. So you sort of like pawing all your worries, all your problems, you did all this work, you don't want it to go wrong, and you're worried about things that you don't even know what you're worrying about yet. If this starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to, okay, well, let me just connect with my source energy. That will make me feel better. And how do I find that? Find out what gives you joy. So tap into what gives you joy. This will give you source energy to help this bloom. Your next step is, again, Algiz. Algiz is the rune of the elk, otherwise known as the moose if you're in North America. It has to do with strength and support. Strength. That's strength. This is protection and support. So your next step is you're actually going to be, and it's reversed. So this has to do with feeling very self-supported, that you're able to stand alone. Maybe you don't feel that you're as supported as you would like, but mostly it's about standing on your own and being able to support yourself, which is great. So that seems to indicate that your harvest is going well. What's going to help here is represented by Avaz. Avaz is the horse. It has to do with spirit and movement, and things are moving forward. As well, tapping into your source energy through what brings you joy does lift your spirits. So your spirits are good. You're actually in a pretty good frame of mind, and this helps you move forward very happily, which helps you feel self-sufficient and standing on your own. What doesn't help is, this is Gabo. I'm actually going to throw down a couple more runes to clarify this line as well. This is Gabo. It's the rune of the gift. The gift is always an exchange in the ancient Norse. So, yeah. Maybe what's coming up wasn't exactly what you hoped it would be and what you sort of had counted your chickens on. It's still really good. What's coming up is really good. And I sense basically based on this rune here that it is coming up during this part of the line, this part of the path. You're going to be tempted, and this is Ingvaz, it's the rune of Frey, who's the fertility god. You're going to be very tempted to try to shape what's coming up, but it's a garden. If you try to shape what's coming up as it's coming up, unless you're working on a bonsai and you know what you're doing, you're going to hurt what's coming up. So try to resist doing that, sort of having had this idea in your mind of what should be coming up and trying to shape it. Let what's coming up come up. Let spirit direct it. The spirit is being fed by joy, and also this is Dagas. It's the rune of the breakthrough of the day, of the dawn. And this is all feeding spirit and energy and your feelings of self-sufficiency, but also this is almost like a reversal of the earth rune, which is in the Anglo-Saxon Futhorc, which has to do with the grave, but when it's reversed, it's unearthing. So anyway, that's beside the point. I'll do an Anglo-Saxon Futhorc reading later. So it looks like this is coming up. It's exciting. It's sort of spirit-driven. We're seeing things coming up that are a surprise, but are good surprises. It's not maybe what you planned or expected, but it's still good. You can still recognize it as good, so let that carry you forward. Your next step is, there's Pertho. Pertho is the rune of the lot box. It's surprises, it's fate. It's pretty good. It's not reversed, which is good. Well, it could be good if it was reversed, but it's actually not reversed, and it's on the path line, and it's just basically saying there's no upsettingness about the surprises that are happening. It is happening now. Basically, the harvest is coming up that you were worried about. What's helping is letting nature happen. This is Hagalaz. It's the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with natural forces, sometimes with chaos, but really in this case, I would say natural forces, and just letting nature happen and letting the harvest come up as it will. What isn't helping is, once again, you're trying to manifest what's coming up, and this might make you overlook the truth of what's coming up. So if you feel yourself saying, oh, well, this is this, and I'm going to make it this, try not to let that happen. Right now, things are coming up, and you're enjoying it. You can see that they're good, so let nature happen. Let them come up as they will. And you will have, here's Barkana, rune of birth and new beginnings, the birch tree. And you have a whole new beginning here. You've got some new things. You've got your new sprouts and your new fruits and vegetables and things that came up from your whatever you're working really hard on. And so this is really good. This is a nice reading. Good, congratulations on your garden or whatever the garden represents for you. I hope this reading was helpful and fun, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Hello, question number 3. This is a question about source energy. This is Sovilo, the sun, and it's a question about perhaps where is my source energy? How do I access my source energy? Maybe you're not feeling as energetic as you'd like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down a few runes that are going to show what led up to this, what is helping, what isn't helping, and what your next step is on this path. Very interesting question number 3, people. So what led up to this is you've had a really long period of time of slow growth and being very, very patient. This is Ivaz, is the rune of the yew tree, has to do with patience and slow growth. Maybe you've been doing this so long that you're wondering if you have the energy to keep doing it. And so we have Sovilo, the sun, the question about source energy. What's going to help is stop running around. This is Avaz, it's the rune of the horse, has to do with movement and spirit. For one thing, it has to do with, when it's reversed like this, you want to be looking to your inner spirit. But I think really what this is saying is, if you want to get your energy back, you're spending a lot of time running around doing things that you maybe don't need to be doing, or that it's just sort of redundantly running around. I'm going to draw a couple more runes on this, but just to clarify this bit, it might have to do with maybe you're wasting your energy, and what would help is conserve it by not running around quite so much. Yes, yes. You know how horses, actually I don't know horses very well. I think horses are a little bit frightened of a storm. Let's pretend there's a horse and it's frightened of a storm. So if the horse is frightened of a storm, the horse is not good to run around in a storm. This is Hagalaz, it's the rune of the hailstorm. You want to get that horse inside and resting. So the horse is going to just basically put up its feet. I don't know anything about horses. I know little. But anyway, the Awaz horse is resting at this point. It's not running around, because not only does this protect it from the storm, but it allows the storm to give its natural energies. This is terrible. I'm doing terrible analogies today. I'm terribly sorry. Hagalaz is natural forces. The horse can tap into its natural energies by being still. That's better. And that's what's going to help at this point. You've been working on something you've sort of been very, very patient. Maybe you haven't been working on something, but you've been waiting. And you've been very patient for a long time, and you're wondering about your energy levels. I know you've been waiting a long time, but just sort of be still. Like, be still with the spirit of the time. If you want to run around internally. Like, go in and go, okay, let's do some journey work, let's do some spiritual exploration. But anything that'll help you tap into natural energies. What doesn't help is, wow, okay, so this is Berkana. It's the rune of the birch tree. It has to do with birth, beginnings, yin creation. You're just waiting for something to happen. and it seems like it's been a very long time. This just keeps going. I might actually throw down a couple more runes just to clarify this line like a lot. So I'm going to bring this in a bit. It's very complicated. Ooh. Yeah, even more recommendation to just be still, let natural energies happen. This is a big challenge for you, and this is something that you need to get over. And like, not like get over it, but this is a big challenge for you. You need to overcome some things. There's some challenges. Oh, sorry, Thurizaz, the thorn rune, has to do with challenges. It's a gateway. It is reversed in the upper line, but that's sort of good for you. You need to sort of, it's almost like one of your lessons that you are here at this moment to work with is patience and how to maintain your energy during patience. And by being still, letting your source energy flow in, letting natural energy flow in, because that's your source energy, letting the natural energies flow in. And this is almost like protection at this point up at the top. This is your thorn wall that is protecting you. So you are able to be still and let the natural energy flow in. So that's cool. What doesn't help is you're worried about the growth of things. You're worried about the development of things. You're worried that something really unpleasant is going to come up and during the development of things, and you don't want to see that. And you don't want it to be something that is completely inarguable that you don't want to have to deal with. So to explain, Berkana, birch tree, birth, beginnings, Pertho, lot box, reversed. So your luck is like, ha ha ha, bad. But it's not. This is you worrying about it. And Dagaz is the breakthrough of the day. It's the dawn. And it's basically saying, you're worried that something really, really, really unpleasant is going to inarguably burst onto the scene. It's going to be your fate. You're not going to be able to deal with it, and it's going to ruin your new beginnings and your development. It's not. These are just worries. So if this starts to be the case, be still, tap into the source energy, and remember you are protected. What your next step is, we have Ansus. Ansus is the rune of communication. It is reversed and it's on the path line. I think all of this is going to open up communication with your inner voice, with your intuition. This is great. Good work. You went into this worrying about your source energy, and you ended up having a really good communication with yourself, which is excellent. And what helps here is represented by Tivaz, the rune of, it's Tyr's rune. Tyr's the, nice. Tyr is the warrior god. It also has to do with duty and responsibility. All this work that you've done is really going to help you, once you've connected with your inner voice, to be able to, first of all, tend your own responsibilities, like take care of things. But also, it's going to give you energy that you didn't. So there's your energy, there's your energy, there's your energy. There's your source energy, and there's your yang pick up and go energy. Once you're connected to your inner voice, your intuition, what helps is, okay, let's take this on the road. And you can go out with that and trust it, because you've done all this really hard work, and you do feel very protected with Thurizaz on your side. Thurizaz reversed on your side. Never thought I'd see the day. No, I've seen that day before. It's a good day. What doesn't help is you are actually worried about, this is Othala. It's the homeland rune. It's in the lower line as a worry. It's sort of like, now that you're moving forward with this connection, you're still worried about stepping outside of your comfort zone. You're still worried about all of this. What if something what if something comes up that is bad that will go wrong in my foundation? If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to all this good work you've done. You are going back out into the world and bringing with you what you learned. Yeah, and you're feeling very much more worthy than you were before. That's Fehu, the rune of wealth and worth. Blank rune. Yeah, so ultimately, you don't even know. It's like the fear of the unknown that's dragging you down. Once more, you have established now a good communication with your intuition. Pick up and go out, and that's actually going to build your confidence, and it's going to build your sense of worth. And what this is going to do for you, this is Uruz, it's the rune of the wild ox, the aurochs. It is reversed, but it's on the path line, and I see this as really powerful inner strength. Just really, and it's sourced. It's from the source energy, intuition, connection, inner strength. So you're doing good. This is very, very positive answer. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care.